Hey guys, we're gonna walk through a quick tutorial real quick on a single leg hip hinge. This is a great exercise, and the way I like to typically start folks out on it is doing it up against the wall. So our stance leg is gonna be the working leg on this exercise. We're gonna have our knee unlocked. So just like that, if this is locked, we're gonna unlock it. But then from that position, it's really not gonna change angle much throughout the movement. You'll kind of see that as we go. It's not gonna be bending down like a squat. We're just hinging back and that leg stays relatively at the same angle. This is primarily to work your glute and hamstring muscles. It also does tension the sciatic nerve, and there's some load as well on your gastroc and your calf muscles isometrically throughout this movement. So if you're getting this exercise, I may be prescribing it to you for a variety of different reasons, but this is still gonna be the same application. The reason why I like doing it at the wall is the wall gives us a reference point for what is moving and to how much. And it just creates a really nice space to kind of learn the mechanics and make sure that we're not moving too many different parts of our body at the same time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start up at the wall. Our foot will be about 1.5 feet away from the wall, and our other leg will be elevated. I'm gonna show this to you first with this leg as the moving leg, and then we'll switch. About 1.5 feet away from the wall, hands are up at the wall. I'm gonna hinge back and then pull forward. Hinge back, pull forward. Just as a side note, I'd like you to try to keep your abdominals drawn in like you're trying to narrow your waist a little bit throughout this movement. That helps engage a muscle called the transverse abdominis. Just better for low back stability. If I switch, standing on the right leg now, little point of contact, the wall, I'm gonna hinge out to lengthen the muscles of the glute and hamstring, and then I'm contracting those muscles to pull myself back up, hinge out to lengthen, pull up and contract. Now again, this wall does a couple things. It allows me to recognize that the first part of this movement is just pushing my hips away from the wall. That is what really does the lengthening effect at the glute and hamstring. And then when I go to contract these same muscles, I'm bringing the hips back toward the wall. If I want to, I can add a knee driver if I'm trying to get more glute contraction, and that would look like this. I'm gonna hinge out, contract and drive up and through. As I get more hip flexion on this side, it's more relative hip extension on this side, and it gives me a better contraction in the glute muscles. If you're not doing it for glute, don't worry about that part. Just come up and do what's neutral. I really want you to focus on whatever mechanics of this movement give you the best feel in the muscles that we're trying to target. So I want you to hinge back until you feel a slight stretch on those muscles, and then I want you to contract those muscles to pull you forward. Any other variety in terms of what happens with the moving leg, some people like to really reach it out straight and then pull up. Some people, I typically just leave it bent. It doesn't really matter to me. But I also don't want you rotating a lot at the torso. That's the other nice thing about the wall, is it does keep you kind of in line in the transverse plane, so that when I come down, I'm not up here or letting that hip drop or anything like that, but I stay relatively squared up to the wall or to the floor as I go through that movement. And that just does a good job, again, at isolating the muscles and getting the right stabilizers to kick in throughout that pattern too, so that we're not kind of training bad habits. This is a great exercise, but you can see for a few different reasons there why I think training it at the wall is definitely the best way to start out. By all means, at some point, if you feel really, really comfortable with there and you want to add some weight, you can move out away from the wall, hold a dumbbell. Let's just show it. If I want to hold a dumbbell and add some weight, I can do that and work on that there, as long as all those other components are staying the same. My back is staying neutral throughout. I'm not rounding that as I come down. Everything needs to kind of hold that same alignment throughout the pattern. Great exercise, so many different applications and effective uses for this one, but I just wanted to show that quick video. If you guys have any questions, just comment below and I'll get back to you quick. Thanks for watching.